My name is Rhapsody, their names are Orbital Potato, Olexa, and Rito of Retromation, and welcome back to the Good Boys Build a Brewery. How's it going, y'all? Alexa. I mean, look, we did just say that, like, this episode was recorded immediately after the previous one, so we don't have to do that. Instead, I don't know, let's ask a non-contentious question. What do you think about a religion?
About a religion?
Yeah, a religion, a non-specific one.
Everybody picks a religion.
No.
Don't reveal which religion you're talking about.
Answer without revealing which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
But be really specific. I got no hate for saying I hated Star Wars, and I'm like, I'm really happy.
Dude, it was a very calm response.
I mean, like, I also think I made it clear it was a joke.
I think it would have been like a harder and more contentious point to make before Rise of the Skywalker, and I think like a lot of people are a little bit more critical of Star Wars at large after it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You okay there?
Oh god.
You okay there?
Sorry guys, you wouldn't understand. I'm just busy making a supercomputer. It's
yeah,
that's okay. It's just.
Is something wrong? You think?
I wouldn't expect you to understand.
You think milking cows ain't the same kind of business as making a supercomputer? You don't think I'm just as valuable?
Mm-hmm. No,
milking
I'm better
cows
than you on every level.
Wow.
I'm not talking for the rest of the episode. Bye, everybody.
You made Rito not talk for the rest of the episode, Orbital.
I know. Where's my congratulations?
That's not fair. That's like 90% of the enjoyment of these episodes for me. I'm just here to hear Rito's voice. That's it.
It's
99.
It's 99.9 for me. So.
So you've doomed all of us to have a bad time.
I've doomed all of us. I'm sorry, Rito. I'm sure you're very good at whatever you're doing. What are you doing? Sorry, I can't even remember.
Hey Raps, what's your opinion on breakfast food?
I love it. I'm a big fan of cereal. I make a mean pancake from scratch, and you know, your French toast, your bacon and eggs, your omelet. I whip up a ridiculous omelet and a scrambled egg. I love breakfast food. It's probably the only type of food that I have a strong affinity for cooking. Because outside of that, I pretty much just have to ask my partner, hey, how much of this do I add in? How much of this do I add in? And the answers are always infuriating. Oh, just a little bit of that, a splash of this. Yep. What? What's the splash?
Yeah, I mean, I am that kind of guy when I cook too, so I get it.
As in my kind of, I need 20 mil? Like, is it?
No, I am the kind of guy that when Anna asks me how much of this do we need, I just go, hey, just like put a little bit in. Yeah. So,
I'm afraid to say that you are what's wrong with the world. This is the most strong stance that I will ever take in my life. I cannot believe it.
We already kind of knew that I was what was wrong with the world to begin with, though, so it's not really anything new.
Sure, but I thought that you would have been a brother in specificity for me.
No, not when it comes to food. Although to be fair, not really in anything. To be honest with you, I'm the kind like you don't want to see my code when I write it because I'm the kind of guy that like. You know, they say, oh, comment your code so that it's readable. My comments are like, you know, my variable names are either like, you know, X, Y, Z, or it's like Doohickey, Jim Bob, Francis. And then, you know, it just, I'm not a very, it's not that I'm not organized. I don't care ever about like anything.
I'd always have like a camel case sentence for each variable.
I mean, that's a very Rhapsody thing to do.
This is the variable that controls the increment counter for this particular function, and then this particular function would refer to the exact name of the function.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I get programming jokes too, because I'm building a supercomputer. Good one, guys. Oh.
Rito, because I know you cook as well. Are you more of a dash of this, splash of that, or 40 mil, 20 mil, 100 gram? Depends. Oh no, Rito is not talking for the rest of the episode. Oh, you did it. At least I've got an answer in the depends. Is it depends on what you're doing? Because I've always thought I would actually have like a relatively strong affinity for baking based off of my predilection for measurements.
Yeah, you absolutely would.
Yeah, baking have to measure. I've already seen a bunch of results of what happens if you don't measure when baking, because I watched Nailed It. Any else watched any of that show? Ah, okay. It's the show hosted by Nicole Byer on Netflix. It's effectively a bunch of amateur bakers get brought in, and the most perfect artisanal cakes have to be made and replicated by them from one that's already displayed from an actual master world-class baker. It's really good. I kind of want to see a bunch of other shows that embrace that same kind of like amateurs just having a go at trying to reproduce a professional thing. In particular, I'd love to see like a professional artist has painted or sculpted a masterpiece or molded a masterpiece of some kind, and then everyone else just has to try and replicate it. I imagine that would be incredibly funny.
I think this is a vein that we can go down. If you could make a new, you're pitching an idea for the next big reality TV show.
Yep.
To a set of producers. What is your show? We'll start with Rito.
Does anyone want to be Rito's voice in Absentia?
Yeah.
I'll go last.
I'll go. Oh,
there you go. Sorry, I just
asked the
immediately
question and then immediately answered it.
That's my bad. It's the whole dead air thing.
I thought you were suggesting you were going to have to try and guess what Rito was going to say. Like, you need to try and get into the vibe of Rito and see what his, whatever your question, I can't even remember what your question was now, but whatever you said, just whatever Rito was thinking.
All right, Orbital, you're next. I
have no idea. You said something about a show. I'm sorry. I'm just, I'm so focused on making a supercomputer, but as I say, it's a little difficult probably for you to understand. But I'm really hard at work here.
Mm-hmm. All right.
It's a tough job.
As long as you're hard at work, then I think it's only fitting that like Raps, Rito, and I just join a different Discord call so that you can stay hard at work for the episode.
Yeah, we'll stop interrupting you.
Yeah, we'll stop interrupting you. We can all communicate in the other Discord.
Finally, people who understand my talent.
Raps, give me your TV show. I mean, you kind of just gave your TV
I did, but you know what? I'll give another one because everyone else is just avoiding the question, apparently. I would like to see like a kind of like Mike Rowe's dirty jobs, but it's a bunch of people having to do them and not just Mike Rowe. Maybe Mike Rowe could host. Are you familiar with Mike Rowe's dirty jobs?
I am familiar, yes.
Yeah, I think it'd be really cool to kind of just plunge everyday people into. So this is a job that you've never thought about and is just frankly kind of awful to have to do. If nothing else, I think it'd be a good exercise in providing empathy for people who do perform those really, really thankless but incredibly important jobs.
Yeah.
How about yourself?
I wholeheartedly agree. So here's mine, and I've been thinking about this one for a while. I actually have another one, but I don't feel comfortable saying it in a Wholesome Boys video, so I'm going to use this one instead. So I want, have you ever seen on the Food Network the show Worst Cooks in America?
No.
Okay, I mean that makes sense. You're not in America, but there is a show on there is a show on the Food Network called Worst Cooks.
I love that insinuation that you cannot watch this TV show unless you're in America.
Yeah, I mean it's got America in the title, so.
Of course. Oh goodness. Oh, that was great. That was wonderful.
USA, baby. So there's a show, Worst Cooks in America, where they essentially, and I'm gonna be real with you, I don't know how they get the people. Like, I don't know if they just like take a big van around America and they, knock on people's doors and they're like, hey, do you suck? And then they're like, yeah, I'm terrible. And then they just take those people. But they get people who I swear to God, like, they could ruin toast. So then they bring them in and they like coach them with all of. Don't know why Retromation killed Retromation. Got a good laugh out of me, but they then coach them with like all of the big time Food Network personalities to like teach them how to be good cooks, and then each week they vote off somebody that isn't making enough progress. What I want to do is I want to have the worst cooks in America, but I want, instead of them to vote off the people that are bad, I want them to vote off the people that are good, because clearly they're not the worst cooks in America. And I just want to see like what kind of disasters people can make week after week. That's what I want.
How are you going to overcome the structural challenge of people knowing that they get voted off for being good and as a result being worse?
Okay, ready? I'm gonna give it to you in multiple different ways.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to you in multiple different ways based on. I have to do one quick Google search.
I've always wished you would.
Because I'm not 100% confident what your currency is. Okay, ready? So here is the way that you convince people to still do the show.
Yes.
10,000 US dollars.
That's not my currency.
Australian dollars.
Oh, okay.
10,000 euros, 10,000 pounds, 10,000 just like straight up gold bars. I don't care, but the fact of the matter is that as long as you tell a bunch of losers that are bad at cooking, and the thing is, I'll even take people that are good at cooking that just want to try to be bad at cooking for entertainment. I'm fine with that. But if you tell people, hey, I'll give you $10,000 to make a fool out of yourself on TV, you're gonna get a laundry list of people that want to do that. I don't think that's a problem at all. Hell, I do it for like $3 a month from YouTube, so it's kind of a win-win situation.
I still don't think you've addressed the core point of you just pretend to be the worst. Like you're just gonna stand there and go, I can't cook. I've suddenly lost the ability to. I have no object permanence. I don't know where cakes are. I'm just gonna leave my cake in the fridge forever. I'm gonna burn down the set.
I mean, yeah, but I think it'd be fun.
All right, fair enough. As long as it's an acknowledged problem.
I think you could do a rework in that idea a little bit, Alexa. What about if you have like a cooking show where it's like a battle royale cooking show where you put everyone in like an arena, right? You put everyone in an arena. Nobody can cook, right? Nobody can cook. And it's a competition to see how long they can survive. And here, you know what the best thing is you can actually call it the Hunger Games, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's not copywritten.
And then whoever, I mean, because obviously, if you can't cook, you will lose because you'll die, and then the least bad cook will emerge victorious.
Yeah, honestly, I think you fixed my issues.
Yeah,
there's nothing that's wrong with that one.
It's a little bit of reworking, you know?
Yeah.
The Bachelor Buff for Pets. Oh hell yes! That, you know what? I give up on my idea. I'm putting all of my weight behind Rito's idea as well. The Bachelor Buff for Pets.
You got to give us more though.
What?
Like how is it gonna work?
Surely all of that's implied by The Bachelor.
No,
but for pets.
No, because The Bachelor still had the contestants are pets. I mean, that's not what I expected, so I'm glad that you clarified.
You know what? Yeah, it did subvert me.
All right, dude, I'm stuck in a cave. I don't know how to get out of here. It's the cave right. Oh, here's. I think that The Bachelor qualifies as the absolute worst television possible, but has the opportunity for endless good memes of spin-off shows.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could do like The Bachelor, but it's only couples from The Bachelor that have now broken up. and then they just all go right back at it again.
Is
Can
that
you just,
not
like-
all of them though? Because it seems
I've
like
never
every
seen
time.
The Bachelor, so that that is Bachelor in
What is it?
Paradise. That's all right. That's fair.
What is The Bachelor? Sorry, I really am not
Sorry,
a
if
very.
you were from the United States, you would maybe watch our television, but
There was also an Australian version, so my familiarity.
Okay, that's okay. So great. So if I was from
yeah,
America, or
maybe
if I
you
was
were
from Australia,
yeah.
I'd
Do
be
you have
sorted.
any sort of
Alright.
a citizenship of Australia, Orbital? That
It's
might...
funny you should mention that. Actually, I do. Actually, yeah.
Oh wow!
Great.
So you should be familiar with The Bachelor then. It was on
Yeah.
7. You know the 7 network.
Yeah, that's actually the only reason that I've managed to maintain myself. They say that I have to watch at least a whole season of The Bachelor each and every year in order to maintain my Australian citizenship. That's exactly it.
They stopped making them 4 years ago. I'm sorry. You were some sort of a fake Australian?
I guess that's why I lost my citizenship 4 years ago. Then it suddenly all becomes so much clearer.
You're an Australian? Name 5 of their albums.
I really like the issue that
Kylie Minogue.
Rito's
Europop, that
having
is
here
one.
Of the animal killer won't kill animals. I don't know on that one, to be honest with you. I
It's a
will
good
go
problem
take
to
a look.
have.
Yeah, I'm coming. Rito, you can
Rito-
actually talk, and it would be okay.
I was about to say Rita was asking for help murdering animals, but then immediately followed up with it in chat. You beat me to the
Whatever.
punch.
I mean, the farmer made milk.
Well, I would say that the cow probably made the milk and the farmer just collected it. But I mean, that's a pretty technical thing to differentiate, I guess.
Exactly. The farmer is just benefiting from the surplus labor value of the cow.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Okay.
I know what the issue is, Rito. When it says,
Orbital.
so wait a minute. Oh yeah, okay. We'll make the killer to kill animals only. You're putting it in a farmer, not a killer. You got to make a killer. Because I assume that the killer can also. I mean that's like half the problems, right? If you don't want to kill him, don't kill him. I think that's. We can make a. I did not tell you. I told you to animal. Look, what I say off camera is not.
Alexa!
Yeah. I did say that.
Like one of the only things I can't oblige.
Yeah.
Good lord.
I think
Ladies
you
and
read it wrong,
gentlemen,
though. I think it just said,
ladies and
I
gentlemen,
hate
ladies and gentlemen, we have some great news. The storage system is officially completed. Please, everyone, coalesce around the storage zone center, the storage center zone, spelt with an RE rather than an ER for practical reasons.
I do think that before that happens, though, you have to do something ceremonious to bring Rito back into the Discord call. I don't know
Rito,
what that is, by the way, but
because you know who I am, you will know how great a gesture this is. I will give you my trumpet, my cacophonium.
Oh, that still scared me.
And so now you can too be a noisy lover soul. And I hope that this will amend for my will make up for my transgressions against you and your character, which I did not mean to slight in any way. And I'm very sorry that things got this bad between us. But please, let this make them better.
It's a start.
Honestly, I should have too.
It's a start.
I'm so happy.
I just need one more thing. I need one more thing, Orbital.
Anything.
I need funding for Bachelor for Pets. I got a hard pass from many networks. They think it's illegal, and then I say no. It's for getting a pet, not dating a pet.
Well, when I pitch the Hunger Games, I'll back up pitch the Bachelor for Pets.
I'll take
I bet
that'll work. I'm glad
I
you built a supercomputer.
I honestly believe that, like, given the experience, like similar experiences with many different types of pets, a lot of people who didn't consider themselves dog people would find out that they are dog people.
Yes. It's just, you know what? It would be really sad though. You could, because it would almost need multiple human contestants and multiple animal contestants. But then what if two human contestants got too attached to one animal contestant? That'd be some drama. But I don't think I'd be able to watch.
Put one of the humans down.
It's true.
I think
So, how does this
plan already? But
how does this work?
Right, so, okay, let's start at the very right. So, over here, we got a disk drive. At the moment, we only have one disk in here. It's only a 1000K storage disk. Don't remove the disk. That is a very essential component. Please do not remove. Whoever took it, put it back. Rito, I see it was you.
I put it back already.
Okay, right. So that's all the items on there. So the items are all stored on the disks. Over here, we've got the central processing unit, which is linked to the disk drive via the cables. Now there's a whole bunch of extra modules which we're gonna also add to the computer with cables and stuff, and we're gonna add more disk drives because I mean the storage is fairly limited at the moment, but it's gonna increase tremendously. So that's the sort of brain of the whole operation, and that's powered with the whole sort of cable system. Jeez Louise, that is absolutely terrifying. I am so sorry that I did that to all of you. That is awful. So yeah, we've got that the central sort of brain, and then over on the left here we've got the access terminal, or a grid as it is referred to, and this is basically a search bar. This is where you stick in all the stuff, and you can just search up at the top for whatever you're looking for, and you can get it. And that is it.
So about the 1K storage disks, I imagine you crafted that. How difficult are they to craft?
I mean, not super difficult, but not super easy either, I guess.
If we pulled together the resources that we have throughout like all of chat at the moment, would we be able to fill out those slots?
Yeah, easily. I mean, see, the thing is that there's different like tiers of storage disk. So yeah, that's a 1K storage disk. So, but it can go all the way up to 4,096K. Yeah. There's also a creative fluid. I think there's the creative fluid storage disk. I think can probably go higher than that, maybe as well. I don't know. Yeah. I'll try and make a big one. I'll try and make a big one. See if it can see how much we can store.
I do know as well with refined storage, Orbital, and you probably could have seen this somewhere on the page that you were on. There is a crafter grid.
Yes, that's the other terminal that I want to get. There's also a portable grid which allows you to, like, I think
that does seem very possible. Yeah. But I know that the crafting grid allows you to literally just like be able to craft directly from the thing, and you can just like paste in the templates from the inventory screen, and they'll just like make themselves with the items if it's there in the thing.
I tell you what, I can actually make that right now. So I'll just turn the current grid into a crafting grid. How about that?
Cool.
There we go.
I'm gonna just throw a bunch of random miscellanea in there, like the kind of stuff that's clogging up all of the rest of the chests on the map, because we just have one.
Go for it.
Oh, that's gonna be difficult because there's no PC here at the moment.
There we go. Give that a shot.
Oh, giving it a spin. This is a good one.
Yeah.
Dude, this works so well. Oh, baby.
What's happening?
There's also a...
Chat's looking nice. The brewery's looking very built at the current moment.
Hell yeah.
It's good.
There's a pattern grid and a fluid grid as well, so might be an idea to try and get those up and running too. Portable grid.
That storage disk is almost full, and I'm still just going to start running kind of like back and forth. Is there anything that you need from the furnace or the whatever like the factory area that is going to help you with your creation?
No, not really. It's a work in progress. I'll just get it done. Don't worry. It looks like they sort of. It looks like you level them up, so I can like level the level 1 storage disk up to like a level 4 reasonably easily.
Mhm.
So it's just like sort of sequential improvements, I guess, which is what I'll try and do.
All right. Coming back with the next load.
What do I need?
Largely, this is because the whole biomass thing. I made a fermenter, so
Nice.
now it's basically just get fermentable items and pop them in there, and we have a whole chest full of vegetables that I think Orbital
Yeah.
actually helped me pick a while ago.
Yeah.
We can also wraps. Do you know if wheat can be fermented? Because I think it can.
I will quickly check that for you.
Because you could straight up set up a I'm checking. Yeah, wheat can absolutely be fermented into biomass. You could redirect the automatic farm to just send the wheat that it gets directly into a fermenter.
Oh, perfect. Am I gonna have to go underground with the wires for that?
Probably. So right now, the wheat is getting sent to the back right chest of over here, and there you can the wiring's underneath. You can check it out.
Yep.
It's sending the seeds into the squeezer, which is then sending the seed oil into the carpenter, and it's sending the wheat into this chest. So
Sweet.
Do you know what I've just realized? What we
Oh.
should totally do is we should have a grid access portal like in this area as well, because we can totally do that if we like run a cable underground.
Yep. That was kind of my
Um,
idea, is just have a grid in like
yeah.
every main area.
Sorry, Orbital. Apparently that was Alexa's idea.
All
I thought I
right.
heard you say it, but
Jeez.
I must have been
Alright.
mistaken.
All right. Okay, that's cool. That's
I
cool.
thought this was the episode to hate on Rito, not me. I'm next
No!
episode.
There are no episodes that I will hate on Rito. You cannot do it
That's
to me.
Only on accident when you're trying to hate on someone else.
Exactly. There we go. And that's how it should be. Oh my god. These wires.
All right,
This is very
where
much the legs of the duck. You know how the duck looks so graceful on the top and then the legs flapping onto the water look absolutely mental.
All I know is if it looks like a duck,
Yeah?
That's it.
and it sounds like a duck, then,
Okay.
then
You got a duck right there.
something
that's-
cylinders, I think.
You saved
That's a
me.
duck right there.
I forgive you.
Dude, we need so much clear glass.
You
for
gave
this
me a turkey
crap
too, a
building I'm
chicken.
making.
Oh my, you saved my life and gave me a chicken. You're forgiven, Orbital.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Rita.
Bachelor for pets. Thank you for the fun.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
I know. I know.
So the excess wires that I'm going to need for this, where will I find them or build them? What are they called?
Are you talking the things to transport items?
Yes.
They are called item ducks.
Item ducks. If it walks like a
They're-
duck and talks like a duck.
Yep.
There are a couple around somewhere, I think.
Yeah, we've been making them everywhere, so.
Excuse me?
Are you? Wait, are we both trying to use? We're both trying to use the same crafting
Sorry.
table.
No, I dropped your candle. Sorry, here's your candle. I'll have to give you a candle.
I don't. I had no
Okay.
idea where that candle came from. It's not mine. I thought it was yours.
I thought it was
Does
yours.
I thought
Anybody
it was yours.
romantic
have
gesture.
a chisel?
Yes,
Uh,
I do.
I'll let
I
Orbital fill that one.
borrow a chisel, Orbital. Why, thank you.
There you go. Happy to help.
Dude, this is like the most work we've done on Chet ever.
I mean, speak for yourself.
I'm proud
You
of
just
us.
built a supercomputer.
I
That's
know.
pretty good work.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I actually feel super proud of it.
Mhm.
Just wanted to put that out there.
All
The,
I've done is make a big building that is supposed to look like a honeycomb, but is very struggling to look like one.
That's okay. Last episode, I'm pretty sure I spent the entire time running back and forth between 2 different locations, doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure the episode before that,
Rhapsody,
you
you're-
didn't even open your inventory
Yeah.
because you didn't know the button for it.
I would appreciate if you'd stop coming for my brand, Rhapsody.
I apologize about that. My bad. For the moment, though, y'all, speaking of episodes, this one's over. My name's been Rhapsody. Their names have been Orbital Potato, Olexa, and Rita of Retromation, and hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.